Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's 4/29/2026, and you're in tune to this evening to House Calls with your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. And I think tonight we're going to have a pretty good informational session because, as you know, over the last few months, we've talked about the 9 pillars of my Empower Now system. And one of the things that I talked about was just the different pillars and how each of them affects your overall outcome. But I want to talk a little bit about the process, because what we're going to talk about tonight is episode is about exhaustion isn't an accident, it's a leak. And so when we talk about the pillars of your human development and your growth as you move forward in your life, certain things happen. The first stage of knowing that a pillar is in damage control mode is because first it's going to start to leak. And if you own a home or you ever been in a house where something leaks, you know, if you don't pay attention to it, it's eventually going to crack. And then you're going to start getting more damage, and then eventually it's going to collapse. And so that's what we're talking about tonight, that exhaustion is not an accident, it's a leak. But first and foremost, before we go any farther, I want to let you know that you're listening to House Calls with your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. Each and every Wednesday, we come on 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we want to tell you that some of these situations that we're talking about, we're not just sharing information. What we're doing is we're trying to draw those who need some services, or some of those people who need attention to current things that are going on in their life. And they want to address some of those things. And we're here as an organization to help you navigate through those concerns in your life. And so you can contact us at either rorytedwardsgroup.info@gmail.com. Once again, rorytedwardsgroup.info@gmail.com, or you can send us a correspondence on www.rorytedwards.com. So let's get right into it. There's a level of tired that sleep doesn't fix. So some people say, man, I'm just trying to get some rest. I've just been working too hard. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I just can't get, I just can't gather myself. So you try different things. You go to bed early, you wake up late, you take the day off, you go on vacation, and you still feel like something inside of you is still draining your energy. That's not fatigue, and that's not overwork. That is exhaustion tied to depletion, because you're losing small parts of your energy when you don't even realize that you're losing. And here's the truth most people don't really want to hear. Some of you are not tired because of what you're doing. You're tired because of who and what is connected to you. And that's what's happening. Like I'm going to say it again, you're tired of who and what you're connected to. Because energy doesn't just get used, it gets transferred. It gets pulled, and if you're not careful, it gets taken. So, you know what we do each week. We got to give you your diagnosis. When you go to the doctor, he got to tell you what your diagnosis is. So, exhaustion at its deepest level is not physical. It's energetic mismanagement. So it's your energy mismanagement. You are operating at a high level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but you are connected to environments, you're connected to conversations, to people who are not producing energy, they are consuming it. And where are they consuming it from? They're consuming it from you. And this is where it gets dangerous in this conversation. There are individuals who don't know how to build their own elevation, so they attach themselves to yours. How many times you've been in situations where you are discussing something and somebody jumps in the conversation and they have no clue about what they're talking about, but they just want to be heard, and they're zapping all the energy out of the room, and you just exhale and you're like, what are you talking about? You really don't have any idea. What they are doing is that they don't feel relevant in the room. So what do? They just start rambling, and that rambling really is taking the energy out of the room, and that means they're taking energy from you. So this is what people do. who really don't have any purpose to be in the room with you or even in the circumference of who you are. They study your rhythm, they lean on your clarity, and they feed off your discipline. Not to grow with you, but to rise off of you. They're not trying to grow with you, but they're trying to rise off you. How many times have you ever shared an idea and somebody says, man, I was just thinking about that idea. We need to collaborate. And then when you ask them, well, let's share something. Share something with me where you are in your process, and I'll share something with you where I am in my progress, and let's see how we can collectively meet at the crossroads and then build from there. And they say, well, mine's is in my head. I need to put it on paper. Well, meet me when you get it on paper, right? And what you don't notice at first is because it feels like support. People say, no, I got you. I'm with you 100%. It feels like connection. It feels like loyalty until one day you realize you're the only one in the room getting tired because you're working for everybody else. You're not working for yourself. You're working for everybody else who surrounds you, because what happens is most of the time, those people are the ones who make you feel good saying the things that you want to hear instead of completing the task that you need done, right? So let's talk about the discussion point one. Not every connection is an exchange. Some are withdrawals. Because you know what the motto of the Rory T. Edwards group is, right? You can't withdraw what you did not deposit. So every connection is not an exchange. Some are withdrawals. So there are people in your life who never pour but always pull. Every conversation is about their problems. Every interaction requires your energy. Every moment leaves you just a little more drained than when you arrived. That's not relationship. That's access without accountability, right? So let me go to the reflection prompt. I want you to think about this as I'm talking about this. Who in your life consistently leaves you drained without ever replenishing you? Just think about it. I always talk about your circle of influence, your circle of people who are in your cipher. Who in your life consistently leaves you feeling drained without ever replenishing you? Think about that. So let's go to discussion point two. Your life becomes a target when you don't protect it, right? You know, like if anybody's ever been on the water at night, usually at marinas and things like that, they have a lighthouse and it directs you back. It gives you direction back to a starting point. And so your life becomes a target when you don't protect it. When you operate at higher levels, clarity, discipline, purpose, you become attractive. Just like that lighthouse. If there was no lighthouse out there and you didn't have any direction on getting back, you would have no way to get back to your point of origin, right? So it's not just an opportunity, but on a dependency level, some people don't admire your energy, they rely on it. And instead of building their own, they learn how to stand close enough to yours to feel elevated. But proximity is not ownership, and access without boundaries becomes theft. I'm going to say that one again because I think I said it too quick and some of you probably didn't hear me. But proximity is not ownership, and access without boundaries becomes theft. So what's the reflection prompt? Where have you allowed unlimited access to your energy without requiring growth in return? These are points I want you to ponder on. I want you to ask yourself these questions as you move forward through these discussions. And let's move to discussion point three. Exhaustion is a signal, not a weakness. Your body will tell you what your mind tries to ignore. We know the signs. Irritation. You see the person coming, you just, oh my God, here they come again. You try to withdraw from situations. Fatigue that doesn't make sense. That's not breaking you down. That's you being alerted by your body, by your system, by your whole system. Because exhaustion is not just about doing too much. It's about carrying what was never yours to carry. And once you recognize that, you will stop trying to wrest your way out of problems that require boundaries. How many of you ever gone home after being around some people that you thought were very productive, and as soon as you walk in the house, all you need to do is you're drawn towards your bed because you feel like you have been exhausted by, and then you realize it's the energy that was drawn from you by the people you were surrounded by, right? So let's talk about what the reflection post and prompt for this discussion point was. What are you holding on to emotionally, mentally, relationally, that is not your responsibility? What are you carrying? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to be for everybody that they are not responsible for themselves, right? So you got to think about these things. This is stuff that I'm telling you because these are things that a lot of us are facing in this day and time, and we're wondering what's happening to me. I'm just telling you. Please understand. Please understand what I'm telling you. These things are real, and that's what we do at the Rory T. Edwards Group. We help you identify these things. We give you strategies. We give you opportunities to actually change the way that things are happening in your life. So many people say, "Oh, I can handle it by myself." If you can handle it by yourself, you be in this world by yourself. Nobody in this world is able to handle anything. Everybody needs somebody. Even though I am a very extraordinary expertise in my field, I still need somebody to lean on, to ask questions about, is my mind correct in what it's trying to deliver? And I'm asking you the same thing. Please don't be ashamed. If you don't want to talk to me, I have other people who work with me who are just as qualified and probably even more qualified than me that can help you get over these humps that you need to address before you implode. These are real things. These are not something that I'm on here just talking. Please understand, I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of work to make sure what I'm saying right now is very accurate and very concise and will help you to be able to navigate over the mountain so that you now become the productive and person that you're supposed to be. So what is my closing call to action? You don't need more sleep. You need separation. You don't need more time off. You need better control over who and what has access to you. Because your energy is not just how you feel. It's how you build. It's how you lead, and it's how you become. And if you keep giving it away to people who haven't earned it, you will wake up one day empty. While everyone around you feels full, you need to protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because why? It does. Your energy is what takes you through your activities every day. It takes you through the conversations that you have. It takes you through the relationships that you have. It takes you through being more financially conscious. It takes you through all the 9 pillars that I've addressed. It all depends on your energy. And if your energy is depleted, you will not be able to accomplish anything. I say all that just to say that if you don't protect it, someone else will take it, and they'll grow, and you'll stay stagnant. All right? So, this has been House Calls, where we just don't talk about the problems, we diagnose the truth. You can contact us once again at rorytedwardsgroup.info@gmail.com. And if you don't feel it's for you, send it to a friend, because I know everybody does not have a complete cipher of competent, or not saying competent, let me take that back, of people who are actually thriving in some of the situations that are trying to occur, because sometimes your energy also turns you into a maid. You want to clean everybody else's problems up, but you're not really realizing that while you're cleaning their problems up, they're taking your energy. So once again, you can contact us at rorytedwardsgroup.info@gmail.com, or you can send us an email at www.rorytedwards.com. Looking forward to you. Continue to join us as we move into the month of May. We have some very interesting topics coming up for the month of May. And all we are doing is moving forward. Like we said, we do have slots open for people who want to utilize our services. We are a full competent therapy organization that will address many of the problems that most people have. But the thing is that we do it from a different perspective. We don't do it from the way that you've heard things. We do it from the root that creates the fruit. And so until we talk again, this is your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. I want to thank you. I want you all to be safe. I want you all to stay woke. I want you all to continue to be aware, but I definitely want you all to stop allowing individuals in your cipher to get close and steal your energy, because your energy is what gasses your luxury body. And that's what you were given by the Creator, a luxury body to be productive, to produce positive results, and to live on purpose. So until we talk again, you all be well, and Ashe. This is your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. Be well.